Guess you weren't expecting that one, were you, Darren?
Of course not, yeah.
Little Game of Thrones right there to get it going. We started the recording. We're going to get rolling hard tonight. We've had a tremendous amount of testimonials already about how powerful this method is that we used last week with just showing you how to start connections. In other words, I didn't want anyone to really think about much, just take action. Not worry about what could happen, what goes anywhere. And, yeah, I got to make Derek an organizer. He doesn't realize people can see when he does that. There we go. And if you're not in the OMG assimilation group, we've had a tremendous amount of people post that they've already had business owners reach out to them already and ask them, how can we do business and do other stuff? You know, I would like to see if you've already had success or had someone reach out to you from just sending out connections. I want you to give me #yes. Just give me #yes only if you have. And just be on, and look at all the yeses that we're getting there. There's a lot of people there that have had business owners already reach out to them. Look at that. And I can tell you this, I've kind of hided this method from a lot of people for over about a year and a half. And it was how I first got started, and I've made well over $1 million with this method. And tonight what we're going to go into is a little bit more detail with Game of Clients Part 2. Now, what I want to really stress to everyone is there are several questions. I'm going to address those from what I've seen in the Facebook groups from other people. But, man, look at that. Leslie Goodyear says she's had 3 discovery forms filled out just from this alone. I'm telling you, this is what happens. This is where business is being done, is on social media. And I'm going to tell you exactly why it is so powerful here in a moment. We're going to go through everything. But not only that, I'm going to show you tonight, this is the first time in the history of OMG where I'm going to give you actual swipes that I've used to get this thing fired up. So if you're excited about getting swipes that you can use, give me #swipe. Now, we've got about 500 people on here right now. We should be getting at least 250 #swipes. We're going to give you the swipes that I would use and would use today. Now, I want to be honest with you, I don't need to do this anymore. Once I retire something and I've moved on to something else, it doesn't mean it doesn't work, but then I'll release it to OMG. If it's working well, as we talked about in the last webinar, I kind of hide it for myself and just kind of take it, run into the bank, grab as much money as I can, and get out. And that's what this method is simply going to do for you. And one of the things that I want to address is that we had someone say, man, I've been sending out all of this stuff and no one's contacted me. That's okay. That's normal. And a lot of saying, hey, I sent out 500 connects. I've only had 50 people accept it. That's normal. It's a holiday weekend. I want you to remember that these are people that also just don't sit there and live on LinkedIn and wait to connect with every person that requests a connection. So you're going to have to be very, 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 very patient with this. But what I want to do is, before we get started here, I want to make sure that no one has any specific questions about the lesson last week before we jump into it. Then I've got another massive surprise at the end of me talking about what I want you to do next. There's yet another surprise that I'm going to show with you after that. So this is going to be a multi-layered lesson today. It's going to literally help you build your business stronger than anything. And it's not being taught anywhere else. It's only being taught in OMG. And I'm going to show you now how you're going to be able to just destroy other agencies and other stuff, especially when you're playing in LinkedIn. We're going to go over that tonight. What's a swipe? What a swipe is swipe files. You just take what I do and just copy and paste it. That's a swipe file. That's what swipes are called, if you didn't know. So with that, we've had a lot of people. There's no guests. There's no other guests. And what we will do is just jump right into the lesson right now. Waste no time about it and just get into it. Don't really see any questions. Everything is, hold on. No, Grant Cardone is not going to be at OMG Live. And I'm not a fan of Grant Cardone. I know he's had a lot of success, but real estate, SEO, two entirely different things. I'm not a big fan of Grant Cardone, just to let you know. I think there's way better salespeople out there that you can learn from. There's way better books out there, in my opinion. So, and if you want my recommendation on those, I'll put those books up. But I've never listened to anything he says. To me, he's like a cartoon character. And, if you threw him out in the desert, buck naked, I think, when Joe and I talked about making it back, you would find he would probably be homeless. So, and that's a pretty bold statement, but I've got a pretty good radar on things and people who make money. So that's just me. So next up is we will get right onto the lesson. The Sales Navigator. Everyone has been into the Sales Navigator, obviously. Everyone has moved things around. And inside the Sales Navigator, you've been able to search for keywords, company, location. You've been able to really fine-tune down. In the lesson last week, I wanted everyone to literally pick a niche and just kind of drill down into it somewhere close to where you live, but not. Now, this coming week, I want you to feel comfortable enough to start drilling down where you live. And I'm going to tell you why. We're going to drip this out and making sure that we reel these people in so you can get them sold. Now, everyone's going to have a different method to this. I'm not saying that my way works. My way works for me. I can't promise you that you do the exact same thing. You're going to have the same results. You don't have the same rankings. You don't have the same recommendations. There's a lot of things that are going to play into factor here. But I want to make sure, though, that everyone still, every day, you should be trying to hit at least 200, 250 connects. Now, you don't want to put them as a lead until you've actually had some communication with them, or they're just kind of like, you've seen this 6-point buck out there that literally that you've just tracked and you want this person as a client. I've never done business that way. I normally like to do business with people that do business with me. I've never really kind of honed in on someone like, there's a lawyer in San Francisco that I really wanted to work with, and I stalk him and I kind of sell him. To me, I think that's a lot of wasted energy to where you can just talk to someone that wants to talk to you by clicking more buttons. So that's just me. But when someone engages with you and you exchange messages on LinkedIn, to me, that's when I've marked it as a lead. I encourage you to do whatever you're comfortable with in your system that makes you feel comfortable tracking them and doing things that you want so you can kind of organize things the way you want. What I'm going to do tonight has zero to do, the next step has zero to do with how you sort things out. LinkedIn does have a limit at how many leads that you can store that you're going after, and that's why. So you just don't want to make everyone a lead. You're going to fill up your lead pool too quickly. Then you're going to have to end up backtracking, doing extra work, and just kind of getting out of there. So the first thing is, once we've talked about Sales Navigator, now what we're going to talk about is social selling gives buyers confidence. And that is exactly why LinkedIn is so powerful to get deals from and to sell your SEO from. Because when you're in social media, what happens is when you're out on the street or when you're one-on-one, you're talking to someone and they have no idea who you are. In other words, they can't pull their phone out, check social media, they can't do anything else. All they can do is they can look to see if you drove up in an expensive car, if you have an expensive watch, if you have an expensive accessory, something that is a telltale sign of success. Maybe it's your speech, maybe you pull out your phone, you show them verifiable proof. But generally what happens is when you get done talking to someone, everyone is going to do their due diligence and they're going to check you out. If you agree with that, give me #agree. I want to see how many people absolutely agree with that. That before anyone is going to do business with you as far as search engine optimization goes, they're going to do their due diligence. They're going to check out, they're going to type in Cotton Grammar, they're going to click on the Facebook page, They're going to make sure that I'm not having any weekend benders. They're going to make sure that I'm not, doing like beating seals, or who knows, maybe I'm out hunting and they hate it. People really judge who they want to do business with. And in this day and age, because of the internet, people are so selective in who they want to do business with. You got to keep your social media tight. So what happens is that they're going to come in, check my Facebook out. They're going to check my Twitter. They're going to make sure that I'm not posting pictures of wet T-shirt contests, other stuff, anything that's a red flag to them. So what they're really doing is a red flag checking. That's what they're doing. And you all get it done to you whether you know it or not. So what's very different about LinkedIn is how you're approaching them. So if I meet you on the street and I tell you I'm Cotton Grammer, I'm ranked in all these places, I move organic traffic to businesses, and we can take you from page 3 to page 1. Here's how much money this. There's still a level of skepticism that you have not overcame. There's not trust established yet. There isn't credibility. And people are very skeptical to even believe anything that comes from your own website. So even though cottongrammer.com has a one testimony section on there, they often wonder, is this all BS? So when we get back to this and when we say social selling gives buyers confidence, and here's why. They can verify social proof inside of LinkedIn. And that's why I have been preaching and screaming for 2 years for you guys to trade LinkedIn recommendations. Now, I can tell you this. Smart business people and busy business people, they don't sit and read every referral. They just don't. They're going to sit there and they're going to go, holy crap. They're going to come here and they're going to pull up we're going to come over here and go back to my LinkedIn profile. They're going to come here and they're going to look really quickly. Now, I don't have this set up to sell because I don't want to sell from this, but they're going to sit here and they're going to read the summary about what's being said about me, and they're going to see, what does this say? Then they're going to come down here and they're going to go, holy crap, 119 recommendations. And they're going to read a couple of them. They're going to do this. They're going to read a couple. Cotton is a force to be reckoned with. They're going to skim. As a marketing executive advances, I confirm that Cotton is a foremost. Cotton is a leading managing partner. There's absolutely no one else knows about. Look, they're not going to go any further than this page. Trust me. Some will, some won't. I've asked people. I've tested it. You've done it yourself. I can promise you this. I would say that literally 40% of the people are not going to go past this page 1. Now, let me see how like many of you really believe that they're not going to sit there and they're not going to click on this and keep reading. How many of you, give me more, just give me another degree on here, that business people literally don't have time to go through everything. So what I've done is I've overwhelmed them with brilliance, is really what it comes down. It's social proof. I've given them so much social proof. It's literally undeniable that I am an expert at what I do. You can't fake that many recommendations. Well, you can if you're an OMG. But logically, there's no one that's ever thought to do this. There's no one that's done it. So they sit here and they see this and they're just like, wow, that's crazy. And they might just do this. And they go, my God, what's like going on? So instantly what's happened is now all credibility is out the door. They have it right there on LinkedIn. You've connected with them. They went to your profile and checked you out. It says precisely what you're doing. It tells them the benefit of them wanting to connect with you by what you can do for their business. And they look at it and they can verify social proof of your brilliance. It's literally kind of amazing when you think about it, because you can't do it on Facebook Business. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way anywhere else but LinkedIn. Other business people praising you or recommending you to other business people. It's absolutely the most powerful way people are going to do business from now to the foreseeable future. That's why I keep telling everyone, please exchange recommendations and give recommendations. So now that we got that, and once again, I just talked about this. So I'm going to harp on this even more. Your ability to have a high amount of recommendation is going to increase the ability to get connects, the ability to get sales, the ability to get people to respond to you, your credibility. So if you are having a problem with people connecting with you, or if you're having a problem with people when we get to the lesson, responding back to you, it's generally going to be your profile, or you just don't have a proof, basically. And sometimes, and I'm going to be honest with you, the recommendations aren't enough. They're going to want to see that you have ranked at least your website somewhere. Now, there's a lot of gurus out there that claim, yeah, well, I got to hide my rankings and other stuff. BS. I don't believe in hiding rankings. If you're good, you can rank one site, you can rank two sites. So people are going to ask to see something. Now, how I've generally kind of swatted this away is I said, look, you know, my site's ranked number one for these cities. I've got 150 plus recommendations. If that's not good enough for you, then chances are we just aren't connecting business-wise, and we should probably just part ways. And they're literally blown away that I say that, because I'm standing firm on my ground and I'm not begging. So that's another thing that I posted about earlier on is there's building and there's begging. I won't beg for your business. I'll build to get business, but I won't beg. And that's begging, showing people verifiable proof. If you've got 40, 50 plus recommendations, and if you're ranked in a little bitty suburb somewhere, or you've got a YouTube video somewhere, or you're ranked for malware, or you're ranked somewhere, that ought to be enough proof that you're good enough to do business with. And if it's not, that's a sign of lack of trust. And that business owner, move on. Move on. Because if they're going to complain about that and dig deep down that hard at that moment, that means they're going to be absolute asses to deal with later on. I generally don't deal with them. It's verifiable proof. So I just want to make sure that everyone understands how important these recommendations are. And if these recommendations and if your rankings aren't good enough for a client, just move on. Next thing we're going to talk about is one, we're going to get into a couple things that I want you to keep doing from this point forward. I want you to keep adding contacts. Keep adding. Don't stop. You know, it's just kind of like this. You know, you've heard it over and over again, and I'll say it over and over again. Some of you get it, some of you don't. But Derek, when do you stop linking on a website?
Never, usually.
There you go. You got the answer. No, that's it. No, you answered it exactly as I wanted you to without being coerced or anything. When do you stop linking? Never. I want you to give me a hashtag never. Never. Give me hashtag never. Because I want to make sure that everyone understands this. If you're trying to rank somewhere, and if you really are serious about trying to get somewhere, I want to make sure that you understand what I'm trying to say. Oh, man, we got to scroll way down here. Let me just refresh this. Always, never.
Saying. It's like that old saying, if you're not growing, you're dying or something like that.
Exactly. Exactly. Never. And I want you guys to understand that. So when you ask me this, how many more links to my city SEO site? Never ends. Never ends. So do you really believe that if I stopped linking to cottongrammar.com that I would still hold all my rankings? It's not the case. It's not the way with humans. You can have a ripped body. You can be in competition. You can be a fitness model, a fitness guy, or a bodybuilder, or whatever. If you sit on the couch and eat Cheetos, you're not going to have a six-pack. It's just plain and simple. You got to go to the gym. You got to work out. Sites are no different. You got to keep your site in constant shape with the updates, with other stuff. You got to make sure it's mobile friendly. You got to make sure that that it has AMP pages. You got to make sure the speed's right. We just had a new thing that come out, the next mobile update. is going to be all about site speed. What I'm saying is you've got to literally keep working. That's it. So when you want to know when do you stop linking to your money website, your city SEO site, the answer is never. How is this sustainable with 50 clients? Clients get stopped linking when they stop getting paid. You're not listening to what I'm teaching. What I'm teaching you is your money site, your city SEO site, your agency site. When do you stop linking? Hashtag never. Never. You never. Now, when you say, well, what about 50 clients? Hey, they have an end date. You're not going to keep that client from now till the end of time. So that's how. So we're talking about two different things. And this is exactly what I'm going to come back over here and just say this. Keep adding contacts. Hey, Cotton, when do I stop? Never. Never. So don't ask me, and I wanted to bring this point home, when is enough contacts? It's not. Keep going. You know what? How about this? Keep going until you hit 50K a month. Then you can stop. How about that? So we just put an end date to it. Keep going until you hit 50K a month, and then you can stop. The next thing we're going to do is you got to be patient. This is not magic. What we're doing is a very different form of sales. A lot of this, the old conventional sales route, where people come in where they're douchebags. Like I just named one earlier who's literally loud and they're just very in your face, and they get on here and they look like a typical car salesman. I don't like selling like that. I like being very stealth. I like literally planting a seed in your mind like Inception, watching it grow and then ripping the roots out after I've sold you. That's what I like to do. You see, I'm not one of these brash and one of these big, bold salespeople that just come and go, listen here. I can't stand that, and I know you can't stand it either. I don't want to be a used car salesman. That's not what I signed up to be. So what I do is I'm very patient. You see, SEO and client getting is a very patient game. It's patience. It isn't about one shot, one kill, or it isn't about that you've got one opportunity to close this person, and that's it. You see, that's what desperate people do in this day and time. This isn't a boiler room, and this isn't a call center. So this is a very different form of sales. What this is being patient, realizing that this isn't magic at all. So if you send out 2,000, that doesn't mean that that's not going to come back. You're building this to a critical mass is what you're doing. You're continuing to add and add and add. And guess what? Sometimes I don't check my LinkedIn profile for 3 weeks. Then I come in and add 300 or 400 people is what I'm saying. So with that, be patient. Everything comes to a critical mass when you're doing something. This does work. Next up is this is about building relationships and value. That's what this is. This is absolutely not about hit it and quit it or hit and run or anything like that. It's not what it's about. This isn't some hoorah stuff. What I want you to do is methodically be like a ninja, an assassin, a Jedi. You're going to come in there and you're going to build a true relationship, and you're going to show them that this relationship that you're creating with them is value. Now, everything that I've said so far is something that you can get behind without having to go door to door or cold call. Give me hashtag hell yeah. That's all I want to know. If this is something that you think that you can get behind, hell yeah, that you want to build relationships, you want to provide value, and you don't want to cold call and you don't want to go door to door. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is literally the new knock on a business door and see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. When I just did an hour lesson last week, we had over 15 people. You already said here, there's literally 20, 25 people who have already been contacted. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're clicking buttons, and he's right, instead of picking up the phone. But eventually, we're going to have to pick up the phone. I'm going to show you why. So it's something that's very, very, very different. It's very stealth, and that's why I like it. Anything that has the least amount of resistance and rejection, I love it. Because let's face it, I hate being rejected. I'm no different than you are. Even though I might be good at sales, I hate being rejected. So this way, clicking buttons, and if someone doesn't want to connect with me, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't know. I keep my nose to the grindstone, and I keep clicking. So I'm going to show you how we're going to build relationships with value with what we're doing. This isn't going to be some scammy, some horrible way. that you're going to walk away feeling dirty about it. So move on to the next one. Now we're going to reach out and accepted contacts. Hold on. Reach out to accepted contacts after 1 week. Oh, all right. What we're going to do is I did this very, very quickly. The next thing that we're going to do on the list is this. I don't want you to reach out to anybody until you have connected and 7 days after the connection. So in other words, if this is Facebook, if someone's become your Facebook friend, don't be a stalker and don't be one of these people that friend you and it's like, hey man, thanks for connecting. Don't do that. We're not desperate. You're busy. They're busy. They've connected with you. There's some interest. So I want to make sure that you guys aren't going to be a stalker. Let's give me hashtag no stalker. That's right. We want a 7-day cool-off period from the time they've connected to the time that you reach out to them. We're not desperate, and we're not going to be a stalker. That's like not what we're doing. If they want to engage with you, that's wonderful. And we've had that happen to a lot of people. So with that, I know a lot of you want to shoot out like a cannon, getting this to start getting some fruits from it. But this is kind of like the farmer right here. And as you know, the farmer always eats. He just doesn't eat today. But once he's planted his seeds, he's watered them, he's cultivated them, he's cared for them. Come harvest time, farmer's fat. And that's what we're doing right now. We're planting seeds. We're going to reap what we sow later. This is very, very, very easy to do. So now that everyone understands, we want a 7-day cool-off period from each connection. So every connection is going to have a different time frame. That's it. So what we're going to do, move on to the next one. I've developed something that what I call 3X touch, which means that we're going to do 3 touches. It's very easy to remember that we're going to put out 3 different touches. Touches are contacts. We're going to reach out and contact them. So with that, we're going to start out. I'm going to show you what the first connection that you're going to send out is. This is the first swipe. And we're going to jump right into it, not wasting any time. This is 1X. It's SEO client. We connected on LinkedIn a while back, and I just wanted to drop a note to say thanks and that I'm looking forward to keeping in touch. Thanks, Cotton. Now, what do you guys see on this that's peculiar to you? Tell me what you see about this, and I want you to see what I've done here. I want to see if you can dissect what I've done. Yeah, all right. Now, what I've done is I've lightly reached out to them, and I have sent him this. We connected on LinkedIn a while back, and I just wanted to drop you a note to say thanks, and I'm looking forward to keeping in touch, Cotton. Now, notice what I've done right here. I've got put a website down here, so we'll go to it, as I know he will, and I'll be tracking it, and oh no, look at what it's went to. You see, what I want to do is I want to put some cheese out to see if that rat's hungry. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to sell anything. But we want a little cheese on the trap to see if the rat's going to take it. Now, what I found is you're going to have the rat nibble on that cheese quite a bit. So if you're with me that you can do this, and this is going to be pretty cool just to do that. It's no sales pitch. It's no push, like he said. Give me hashtag cheese. Cheese. Because this is what's going to happen here. All you're doing is I'm gonna just, it's so simple. It's crazy simple. This is all you're going to do at first. This is going to drag out over 3 or 4 weeks. Because what we're doing is we're not tackling people like football. I'll read it one more time. Hey, Bill. We connected on LinkedIn a while back, and I wanted to drop a note to say thanks, and I look forward to keeping in touch. Thanks, Cotton. Boom. There's my website right down there. Forwards automatically right back to website audit, just in case if he wants to do it. It's non-intrusive. It's my way of saying hello, And what I found is you're going to have about 5 to 10% of the people that you reach out to that will go to the website. I'm like, sorry. You're going to have 5 to 10% of the people fill it out. You're going to have about 25 to 30% of the people actually come back and visit your website. So not only that, but you're driving traffic back to your website. So it's goodness all the way around. It's goodness all the way around. So I want to make sure that everyone's following me on this. I will make sure that you guys get access to these right here. So what we're doing is we're tracking what they're doing, we're saying hello, and we're just reaching out and being kind. What this does is this does 2 or 3 different things. What we want to do is say hello to find out if they reply back. Now, tell me what happens if they reply back and say, hey, looking forward to getting to know more about you. Is that good or bad? Give me hashtag good, give me hashtag bad. It's good. Because guess what they're going to do? They're going to go and they're also going to check out. Now you see, what you did is you got them as a contact and now you've, sent them a message. Now the date's heating up. What's happening is you guys are almost ready to go to dinner. So what they want to do is they want to check you out. They want to see, they might check your profile again. Guess what? The good news is we get to see if they've looked at our profile. So once we send that message, we're going to know whether they're hot or not, even if they don't reply. And we're going to go over that next week. What happens if they don't reply? We've got another message that we can send. But all I want you to do is to focus on easy stuff. This can get very complicated. So what we do is now is because of LinkedIn, it allows us to see who's actually viewed our profile. So now if we've sent the message, now they're trolling our site. They're checking us out. They're reading. They're going, what's this, what's like going on here? What's this? And maybe they'll check your website out. You're going to be able to look at website hits. You know what? And I could go on and get this forever, but if you don't know what retargeting is, now's a good time to figure it out. We're going to go over that in the next couple weeks. This is a whole long, drawn-out process to where I put that website link on there, and now what's going to happen is once they land on my website and go there, I'm going to put retargeting on them, and I'm going to hit them back with LinkedIn advertising and Facebook advertising. I'm going to follow these bitches around everywhere like I'm their puppy. What do you think about that? Non-intrusive. But they're going to go, damn, this Cotton guy is everywhere. He's everywhere. And that's what's up. Now, if you're not, you guys ought to be loving the way this sounds right now. Because this right here, we talked about not stalking before, but hey, if they want to see my articles and if they want to see my ads on Facebook everywhere they go, chances are they're going to know I've got some credibility. They go, man, he's everywhere. So what's going to happen is they're slowly, once you start hitting them again. So this goes many different levels. I don't want you to get confused with everything. We're going to go through the more complex stuff in the next couple weeks. What I want you guys to do right now is just literally, this is it. All I want you guys to concentrate on is this. Just send this message to everyone that has aged on a 7-day cooling period, then send them this simple message. That's it. Have this, and if you want to know what a good website audit tool is, it's pretty simple. You have one in OMG Command Center. You have one in OMG Command Center. So if you have OMG Command Center, you already have access to one for free. So now you're also collecting leads. They're also on your list. So there you go. So now we're going to hit them from many different multiple ways. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this out even further, and I'm going to show you what these 3 touches are, and then we'll go from there. So the next one that we do is first of all, if they reply back to us, we're immediately going to mark that down as a lead, obviously. I mean, they responded back. They're open and warm to reception. That's a lead. That's exactly when I would mark that down as a lead. Not when they connect with me, but when they respond to me. That's a lead to me. Now, you can mark leads however you want. That's how I do it, so I know when people are serious, so I can start working them. So when they reply to me, that's a good sign. Now, if they don't reply to you, that's okay too. I'm going to show you how we're going to get their attention next week. So let's just say that they've replied back. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to wait another 7 to 14 day cooling period. Generally, I even wait 30 days. So I want to make sure that everyone is very clear about this. So if you've had someone reply to you and say, hey, thanks for reaching out, look forward to getting to know more about you. Now we're on 2X. We're on touch 2. This needs to be a minimum 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out. We're not seeming desperate. We're not doing anything else. I want to make sure that everyone's following me on this. Give me hashtag follow. Follow. We're being very, 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 very chill about this. As Brian said, we're chill cat. We're being very, very chill. We're being very cool. We're not being desperate. We're not being needy. All we're doing is, we're just networking and making friends. We're slapping palms. We're slapping some butts, kissing some babies. That's all we're doing right now. We're really not doing anything except connecting. So now everyone gets this. So now, after the minimum of 2 weeks, I recommend a month, but you can go as fast as you want to go. If it doesn't work, then you need to come back to my system. Then you're going to reach out, and here's a good one. You're going to say, Mr. SEO Client, I was reaching out to all of my connections on LinkedIn that have a business website to share this article so everyone can be proactive and not lose any business. Now, notice what I did here. I went here, and I included an article for him and said, hope that helps. Now, notice what I changed this back over to. I changed it back over to my home page. So where did I send him? Oh, man, let's look real quick and see where I sent him to. So where I sent him was right here. I sent him and let him know that the next mobile-friendly update will include page speed. This does 2 different things. I'm providing what to this customer? Tell me what I'm providing to this customer in a hashtag. What am I providing already with this relationship? Exactly. Thank you. Let's see everyone. Hashtag value. I'm providing value to the relationship, but I'm also very deceptively letting them know what I do, because they're going to go back and go, holy crap, I didn't know this. And he's going to reach out and say, well, can you check this for me? Or how does this affect me? Or he's going to look at your LinkedIn profile, or he's going to go to my website, and he's going to realize exactly what type of business I'm in. And these are the exact type of people that I want to do this with, because what I'm doing now is I'm sprinkling a little pain into the relationship, but yet I'm providing a lot of value. So when they see this, once again, I'll read it once again. You can pick out any article that you want. You can pick out the mobile-friendly update. You can go through in any current article that can affect them. I was reaching out to all of my connections on LinkedIn that have a business website. Notice that I have a business website to share this article so everyone can be proactive. Notice I'm saying nothing's happened yet and not lose any business. Telling him, future tense, he's going to lose business. And he's going to look at it and say, what does this have to do with me? Why did he send this? He's going to look at the article. He's going to look at my profile again. He's going to visit my website. Chances are the rat's going to be nibbling on some more cheese. Either that or, he's just a dead weight. You can't close everybody. Just not everybody is closable. So if everyone's with me so far, how many of you like this approach so far? Give me hashtag love it if you like it. I want to make sure that you're following with me. It seems like you can do this. It's very non-intrusive. You're building relationships right now. You're saying hello at first. You're waiting a few weeks. You're providing some value. You're also letting them know exactly what your profession is. You're letting them know what you do, how you do it, and that you can fix the problem that you're talking about, or that you can very sneakily check it for them as well. And that's exactly what you want to do is you want to open up dialogue. So what we're doing is right now is we're literally selling in the most non-intrusive way in the world. Because if they don't want anything to do with you, guess what? They're simply just not going to respond back. That's it. And guess what? I will repeat this like I did last week. You can do this all at night. All at night. So when you say, well, I can't go and get clients at night. Yes, you can. Just what it is. But I work a job, and just do it on the weekends. Well, but I don't know. You can. You can do it at 1 in the morning. You can do it at 5 in the afternoon. You can do it at 4 a.m. You can do it at 11 a.m. You can click that button, whatever time it is. So there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. So if you've got a day job and you want to get clients, guess what? You're going to have to suffer a little bit. I'm sorry. I know it sucks. I know you want to go out to eat. I know you want to go to the movies. I know that you want to run around and spend time with your family. But if you want to get to the next level, there has to be a little something called sacrifice involved. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So this can be done everywhere. There's no need for excuses. So we're going to get to the third, what I call the 3X. We're going to get to where on the third touch, we can ask for the sale if it's got this far. And it's pretty simple. SEO client. I'm trying to get to know my connections on LinkedIn a little better so that we both might benefit from being connected. We've been crossing paths on LinkedIn for the past couple months or weeks, whatever it is, and I'd enjoy scheduling a quick call. Would you have a free moment? Would you have a few minutes to chat next week? Let me know what time and dates work best for you. Cotton. That's it. And what this does is now you've had 3 touches with this person. Chances are I've given them every response, every chance in the world. They've seen that I've said hello to them. Generally, people say hi back. That means that's a lead. Then I sent them an article or something that showed them that I was trying to help them, that I can be helpful. It also highlighted my business, gets them to check me out, gets them to check my website out again. Now, if there's still no response to them saying, hey, so now we're 3 levels in, there's still no response for them saying, hey, can you look at my website or can you do this? Now I'm going for the final phase because now they've taken 3 messages from us. Here's the third. I'm going to get them on the phone and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to sell them my services because I already know what their website needs because I've been studying it the whole time. That's it. This is not rocket science. That is how simple that this is. So what I want you to do is it's very, very, do I have a way of tracking these that are longer than 7 days? What I generally do is I keep a spreadsheet. I like keep a spreadsheet. If you're serious about getting clients right away and you're one of these people that just despise cold calling, and you despise going door to door. I'm telling you right now, you still need to be going to meetups. You still need to be going to gatherings where there's a lot of traffic at. You still need to be going to charities. You still need to be placing yourself in front of money. How many days between the second and third touch? Same thing, about 14 days. Everything. So we go 7, 14, 14 at its fastest, So literally what we're talking about is we're building relationships over the course of time. You're providing value. Then you're going in and asking for a phone conversation. They can either say yes or they can say no. Now, we're not going to get to this. So next week, what we're going to simply do is we're going to get to kind of like a funnel. What do you do if they don't respond? Do you go this way or go that way? So what I'll do next week is I'm going to create a mind map for you and tell you exactly what to do with the people if they don't reply after such amount of time. What other message to send them then? What happens if they respond on the second one? What happens if they respond on the third one? But as of right now, nothing should be happening but you saying hello to people and you kind of getting them nibbled on with a site audit. That's it. That's all. No more, no less. And I guarantee you a lot of them will simply just say, hey, can you look at my website? That is enough right there for them to do business with you. Trust me when I say this. I rarely ever have to get to the third step. Generally, with these warm leads right here, what I'm finding is let's not get ahead on the retargeting. We're going to teach that in the next couple weeks. So I know you guys want to jump out of this, like shot out of it like it's a cannon. So what's happening is that all you need to be doing now, connect. And then you need to wait a 7-day cool-off period, which hasn't happened until today for a lot of you. Then you're going to send out 1X, which is simply going to be this. We connected on LinkedIn a while back, and I just wanted to drop you a note to say thanks, and I'm looking forward to keeping in touch. Cotton. This is enough to jar them right now to ask about your business. And notice, did you sell anything? Did you sell anything right here? Give me a hashtag yes or hashtag no. Did you sell them anything with saying hello? I want to see who's following me, who's awake. That's right. But you just did. That's the thing. You didn't sell them anything, but you just did. Because now you have them looking at your website. I guarantee you that when you guys start sending out these hello messages to your contacts, you're going to watch that your viewed profile is going to spike. You're going to find out you're going to start getting messages back, and you're going to say, hey, guess what? Let's talk. Or they might say, what can you do for my business? You're going to be able to open up a lot of doors this way, and it's the fastest way that you're going to get the business owners. You're not going to get them on a phone. You guys know that. You're not going to get them on a phone. You're not going to get them via an email. I don't know why. It's just this way works. And I don't ask it. I don't ask questions why. It just does. It's helped me earn $1 million. So what I'm saying is, no, I don't want to send them to the discovery page. You're totally, Dora, don't get mixed up. A website audit and a discovery page are entirely different things. I do not want to send them to the discovery page. That means someone that's wanting to purchase or that's interested in business. They're not interested there yet. All I'm doing is I'm showing them something. Now, still yet, remember, even though I've got through all this, there's still a huge surprise at the end of this I'm going to show you that many of you didn't know about, that you're going to have more cool stuff to do when you get done with this. So I want you to make this very clear. It's very important. It's very important. There is no lifetime 3,000 limit that I've ever hit. So, Lou, if you're an expert about LinkedIn and you found something that I don't know, then let me know. But there's no such thing as a 3,000 limit. If you pay LinkedIn Premium, you do not have a limit. I've done it. It's never happened. I did all of my sales on another profile, and on that other profile, I've connected. And you know what? Even if LinkedIn had a 3,000 connection limit, boo-hoo, I only have 3,000. What am I going to do? You see, I don't like the scarcity mindset about what if this, what if that. What if I get hit by a car? What if a plane falls out of the sky, lands on my house, and I die? I can sit and I can worry about everything. What I'm telling you out right now is go out and make money. Don't worry about the what ifs. Don't worry about anything else. That is exactly why I didn't give you guys hardly any information last week, and why I told you to just go out and do it. You guys didn't ask any questions, and all of a sudden there's income reports left and right happening, not success reports, not income reports, success reports of business owners reaching out to people from just clicking buttons. So imagine what happens when you send a message. It's going to be twice as powerful. So what I'm saying is if you've got 3,000 leads, if you've handpicked 3,000 leads, and if you cannot close at least 30 to 50 of those 3,000, you need to try another business. You just need to try another business. And if you do, let's just say that we did this. Let's just say that we closed 30 of those. Let's say at a modest 2,000. It's $50K a month. $50K a month for 6 months minimum. This $300,000. So if that's all you get for this is $300,000, consider yourself paid. Look at it that way. So either way, what I'm trying to say is this is a very slow, very methodical way that you're going to make a ton of money. literally by the end of summer's over, I would say that many of you, that at least should be over 50% of those of you that are listening right here are going to be at a minimum of $10,000 a month. That's it. That's it. But doing nothing but clicking a connect button and sending a hello, how are you? That's it. So either way. So now, the next good thing is I want to make sure that there's no questions about that. If you do, I'm going to go through GoToWebinar to have an example of a profile of a SEO page. I would rather you guys do that yourself. I've really explained it last week. I can go in here and hold on, this over here, the profile right here is really going to tell you everything that you need to know. So, for instance, I've seen a lot of you. I've looked and just kind of skimmed through a lot of people's profiles that have wanted to trade, and they're getting it right. And I kind of showed you guys exactly what to do that last week. You sell right here, and you really have something engaging right here that's going to get them. It's like, whatever the name of your company is, we drive leads to businesses to 10x their business, whatever. Or we drive however. This is where you're going to put it right here to capture their attention when they see it. That kind of describes the benefits of them doing business with you. This is the profile right here that they're going to go. This isn't rocket science. Don't worry about, remember what they say, just look at a few people that are in OMG and you know what? You'll know when you see the right profile. They'll go, oh, wow, I'm very impressed with that one. Just kind of copy it, but don't go word for word. Put your own words into it. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. So what I want to tell you is as long as you put exactly what you do here, you will be fine. Now, we went through that. Let me go through some more questions here, see if there's not any more. Yes, all webinars are always on replays. Can I show the second message again? Yes. Second message is this, right here. Guys, this is what I'm going to do right now. Everyone, get your screenshots ready. So if you don't know how to do a screenshot, you should know how to do screenshots by now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run through these very, very slowly so you can do a screenshot. So I'm going to keep this here for 20 seconds so you can do a screenshot. And then I'm going to move to the second and the third so everyone can get a screenshot before the replay. So if you have a Mac, it's simply function command 4 if you have a Mac, or if you've got some other screen capture tool. I have no clue how to do it in Windows, so don't ask me. So there's that. So everyone get a screenshot of that. Then we will move over here, take a screenshot of number 2. Take a screenshot of number 2 so you can get that before the replay. Once again, you're not going to need this second one. We're just going to be working on the first one, but it's good to have the swipes so you can know that you've got them, so everyone can get their screenshot here. And then there's this one right there. So that is all 3 of them right there. And next week, we're going to get into a little bit more complex. What to do when they say yes or no. It's going to be kind of like funnel building. So, and that's literally what we're doing right now. And it's literally simplest form. What we're doing is we're list building. That's what we're doing. We're building a list, except it's in LinkedIn. And guess what? We can also take this list from LinkedIn. And I'm also going to show you next week what to do with the personal email addresses to really kind of supercharge all this together. So this is super, super amazing just as it is. But we're going to even supercharge this. We're literally going to put about 10 rockets on this over the next couple weeks to get this going. Now, that we've talked about this, I want to make sure that everyone understands this and that you're ready to move on to the next thing. If you are, just give me #ready because we're not going to be on the webinar much longer. I'd want to make sure, just give me #ready. #ready. I want to make sure that everyone understands everything about this. This is literally the simplest thing you can do in the world. Click buttons, wait 7 days, send a message. And I would say that about 30% of the people are going to respond back to you with just that anyway. So we're getting it going. Derek, what do you think about this so far? Derek might be dead.
Yeah, sorry. I had to mute myself.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it's so simple, but I mean, it's so so genius, man. I don't know. I gotta play with it.
Very, very, very simple. I don't like things that are complicated. Things that are complicated are ridiculous. But even the simplest, this is so simple, but we're going to take this and make it real complicated over the next couple weeks by retargeting, by ads, by everything else, to where we are going to be unescapable by the time we're done with this. And I really believe, honestly, that everybody is going to be at 10K a month. I would say by September, August, by OMG Live, we should have the largest class of people that are at 5 figures a month than we've ever had because of this method right here. So now, if that wasn't enough, man, LinkedIn seems pretty great. Would you believe that LinkedIn has more? Did you believe that there's a side of LinkedIn that you've never seen before? If it wasn't enough that I showed you one part of LinkedIn, I bet you didn't know that there's another part of LinkedIn that you've never seen before. And I'm going to show it to you tonight. So what it is how would you guys love also? How would you love to have leads come right into your inbox? Just right into your inbox. Doing nothing but just filling out some other stuff. Well, I can tell you right now that over the next 6 months, what I'm going to show you is going to be picking up absolutely amazing. It's kind of like having your own personal landing page on LinkedIn, but also you're going to have people that are going to be wanting your services, and it's pretty simple. It's called LinkedIn Pro Finder. Now, if you not uncertain what LinkedIn Pro Finder is, LinkedIn's going to be promoting the living hell out of this over the next 6 months to a year. And what it is they want people to come and look for businesses to use, kind of like an Angie's List or like what Facebook's going to do, except Facebook has no credibility. There's no recommendation. So if you're a plumber and if you've got 10 recommendations about how great your plumbing is, what do you think that people are going to do? They're going to go with this. So how many of you did not know that this existed? Give me hashtag never knew. Never knew. And just be honest. If you never knew this existed, give me hashtag never knew. Because what we're going to do is just be honest. We should have several hundred of these never knew. So what I want you guys to do is while you're typing in never knew, and I know that some of you did know that you're following stuff. A lot of you never knew. But look at this. Look at what they're doing. This is my page on ProFinder, and I want to show this to you. Look at what it says right here. Get free proposals. Get free proposals, but not only that, look at what they allow you to sell. They allow you to sell SEO consulting. So if anyone is looking for SEO, you could they're going to sign up, and LinkedIn is going to let you know. Because let's go back here. We're going to say here, what service do you need? Let's say that I need graphic design. I'm going to hit get started. And I'm going to come over here. Look, they're going to ask me what I need. So if your agency does web design, you're crazy not to do this. Look at this. It's like a discovery form. I almost think LinkedIn stole it from me. So when you look at this, they're sending them through a discovery form. Then they're sending the lead over to you, and you get 5 proposals. If there are 5 out there. This is so new right now that you'll be the only person getting the proposal in your area. Notice, within a few hours, you'll receive up to 5 proposals. Now, I obviously am already signed up for this to show you by example, but I want to show you the most powerful thing about this. So when you show people, or when they go to your page to look at what happens when you send them a proposal, what's the first thing that comes up here? Yeah. Recommendations. And look at this. More Now, let me ask you this. If you went up against me and you filled this out and you and I were in the same city, and let's just say that you're another agency, let me ask you this. What are the chances that that other person is just going to get annihilated by me? That's right. Because when they fill this out about SEO, and when they get to and look at you, because they're judging between 5 people, there won't be 5 right now. Remember, there's not that many people in your area doing this. You jump on right now, you'll probably be the only person in your area that'll be taking this. You and maybe one other person. You and one other person. But tell me that I'm not going to crush anybody with this. And notice, it says right here, my experience. What does it do? Right here. Now look at this. ProFinder, SEO Consulting, Orlando, Florida, Cotton Grammar. All right here. And this is it. Here's client requests, my projects, everything right here. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to ProFinder, and it's going to be right here. And I want you to get signed up for ProFinder under SEO Consulting, under web design if that's what you do. If you do PPC, if you want online reputation management, if you want social media management, get signed up, add all those things on here, get this profile set up. I'm telling you how this will also rank. It will rank. I'm going to rank this page. This is very brand new. This service is pretty fresh. So what I'm saying is there's so many ways. Notice, get free proposals right here. Click on it. Describe your SEO consulting needs and we'll introduce you to professionals. So here's the discovery page right here for them. Right here. This is how powerful LinkedIn has become. So you guys also have homework to go out and do right now, which is the ProFinder. Now, I want to make sure that everyone has been mind blown tonight. I want to see hashtag mind blown. Because you're right. This is like Thumbtack, but better. This is stuff right here that is literally so powerful. So powerful. Yeah, look at this right here, this screenshot that he's just shown. When they're looking at me up here, it's showing how many proposals that I've got. Right here. It's wonderful. So what I'm saying is, the first thing that I want you guys to do is this. I want you to literally go out right now, and I want you to start connecting you guys, and I'm going to leave this open. This is one time only. One time. I'm going to say this again. One time. I'm going to be traveling to Miami. I'm going to be in Miami, meet with Mike and Liz over the weekend, but I'm not going to be back until Monday. But if anybody wants to leave me a testimonial, I will return them. Only testimonials that are left within the next 48 hours. Look at that. See, tell me that that's not great. 174 recommendations. People see that right here. Beautiful. And so what I'm saying is if you want a recommendation from me, if you want one from me, now listen to how I'm going to tell you how to do it. I don't want you to get crazy. So listen to this. How this does, how we're going to work this is this. You can send them to Derek. Derek will do it too. Derek, you want in on this?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Derek wants in on this too. Derek is open for the next 48 hours. I'm open for the next 48 hours. Anyone that leaves me a recommendation needs to message me in LinkedIn with exactly what they want me to copy and paste for them. I'm not going to do any of the work. If you want my recommendation, you're going to tell me, you're going to leave me a recommendation, then I will copy and paste what you want me to say about you, and don't be ridiculous. Don't go, oh, I'm the greatest. Just keep it real. Keep it sensible is what I'm saying. So, Derek, can you put your LinkedIn right here on the Facebook group or in the chat box, in the Facebook group and in the chat box? So Derek and I, remember, if I see that you've listened to this on the replay and you've left me a recommendation on Sunday, I'm not gonna reciprocate. This is open for the next 48 hours. That's it. That's it. So I suggest the moment you get out of this, I would be doing it. And you know what I would be doing also? I would be rolling through all the LinkedIn threads in all of the groups right now, begging people to exchange LinkedIns. Again, you can start at the top, go through to the bottom, add everybody, and make it work. I'm like telling you. Guys, make it easy on people. Make it easy on people. So remember, you write a good recommendation about me and what you want me to copy and paste about you. I will do it later next week because I'm out of town until Monday. And then I'll need to get caught up. But I give you my word that I will. I did it for Assimilation Light way back 6 months ago, and I did it now. Derek will do the same offer with you if you want Derek's recommendation as well. So what I'm saying is this, literally, so the homework is this. I want you now that if you have got connects, I want you to send the first message out whenever you feel comfortable to. Send the first message out. And then I want you to get signed up for LinkedIn Pro Finder so you can start getting in proposals for your business, for your SEO, for whatever that you're doing. But not only that, this is also what I want you to do. I'm going to give you another little hint about this. Now, I know that this webinar is me. Do this for me, do that for me, this for me. But here's one other thing I want you to do. How cool would you look if you signed up one of your clients to LinkedIn Pro Finder? How cool would you look to your client? Think about that. Now, give me hashtag idea. If a lot of you are not going to go out right now and just set that up for your client and then show it to them so they can get some more business. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to give you some kudos with them is what it's going to do. They're going to sit there and they're going to say, wow, this is above and beyond. It's good news to share is what I'm saying. It's good news to share. You get your client set up on this or tell them about it and say, I want to set it up for you. This is going to do it. They're going to go, wow. So if you've got someone that could really use it, roofers, plumbers, windshield repair, anything like this, any of the service people, we can go here and you can see what they talk about. Writing, editing, accounting, marketing. See all the services here. Look, real estate. People that are looking for real estate agents, design, lawyers, business consulting, financial services, coaching, insurance, self-improvement, whatever. Guys, this is another way that you can do SEO splitting right here. So if you want to talk about when I invented SEO splitting 3 years ago, how powerful SEO splitting could be, you now have something else, another weapon in your hand that no other SEO will have, is to set them up for LinkedIn Pro Finder, lawyers, real estate people, anybody, get it set up for them for cheap, even for free, even for referrals, but at least you have another way to open the door right now, especially when you meet people. So I want you guys to utilize all this and always be thinking outside the box. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this lesson. Musafa, we're not doing it right here. And so we have our own threads in the own groups that you're in. So what I'm saying is it pretty much covers all niches. So with that, you've got a really powerful lesson tonight. You can go out and start taking action. I'm excited to see about all of the success reports that have came in from all the people in Project Assimilation who've actually gotten business owners reply to them already, and for all you that said yes. It's amazing. Imagine what's going to happen when that first message goes out. Next week, this is what we're going to do next week. Next week, we're going to get deeper into the messages. We're going to talk about what to do when they don't reply. We're going to talk about advertising. We're going to talk about LinkedIn ads. We're going to talk about how we can follow these people around. We're going to talk about how we can get retargeting on your website so you can follow these people around even more stealth. But we're going to get, but also the most important part about all of this next week is there's one thing that I've never went over with you guys is this. And I want to get a hashtag on this. One of the most powerful things we've never did is when someone was crying about it could be a limited number, you have an unlimited amount of groups that you can join. So I want you to give me hashtag groups. because we're going to talk about next week how we're going to infiltrate like a ninja LinkedIn groups that contain thousands of people, and we're going to stealth sell them the exact same way. Now, this is where we just lightly toss a grenade in somewhere, and we knock out a few hundred people. That's what's going to be up over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So we're going to continue LinkedIn for 4 weeks, it looks like. We've got so much information that we're really going to do this. And this is literally, in my opinion, it's one of the most powerful ways you're going to be able to get clients, because you're building a list and you can keep going back. And I'm going to show you can keep messaging them and keep pushing them along. And you're going to be providing so much value that we've just scraped the surface of what we're going to do. You're going to be undeniable the man to go to about anything Google, anything with web design, anything about internet marketing by the time you're done with them. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next 2 webinars. With that, Derek, any last words before we log out? I like these short and quick ones.
No, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm always muted because I got kids running around here. No, I love it when they're short and sweet like this, and so yeah, I mean, I'm already getting requests for reviews, so it's awesome. I'm gonna crank those up for you guys too. So
absolutely. So with that, guys, next week, remember, we're gonna dig deeper, more ninja stuff, and it's gonna be a little bit more complicated, but this is, I'm telling you right now, you can literally get up to $10,000 a month with just what I've shown you right here. You want to push it to 25, 30, 40, 50. That's what you're going to have to lock down and really get a grasp on the next 2 weeks webinar. So excited to get this done for you. This could be the biggest client getting sort of reveal that we've ever did in OMG. And I just kind of wanted to sneak it in there for people. But if you have success, please post about it in the groups. It gets people fired up. I want everyone to have success with this. I want everyone to be making money. When everyone's making money, we're all happy. I love being in a happy group. But if you've got any amount of success, or if you've got a business owner reply to you, or you've had success with something, please post about it. You might think it's not important and it's insignificant. There's no one insignificant in OMG. We love hearing about any success report, period. So please get it. It encourages someone. All these success reports that come inside of project assimilation, you know, I know a lot of you post in there about things that literally are meaningful, but you know what? They're not meaningful. What they do is they inspire other people. It gets people fired up, and they start taking action, and that's what we want. So we'll see you next week, and remember, send those messages out, get set up for LinkedIn Pro Finder, and we'll dig in deeper next week.